Okay people, what is up? Welcome back to another Clan War League video on this channel. Today we are on day 4 and in today's video we're going to be doing our live hit. But before we get into our live hit, we need to recap how we did on day 3, and we did very badly again. 42 stars is not good whatsoever. We were perfect up until about attack 11 maybe, and then we had 3 fails in this war. Luckily it's a win, but we're definitely reducing our chances of a high ranking this season, which is unfortunate. But anyways, let's get into my attack for day 4. Also, after this attack, we are going to be recapping some of my favourite attacks from day 3. So I believe the base that I am attacking is base number 5 right here. Here it is then, we have a double poison setup, and let's get right into the plan for this base. Okay then, so here's the base we're attacking. As I said, my plan for this one is a Warden walk into the fireball with a hero dive, but with a flame flinger. Now, what I was able to notice on this particular base is that I can get some decent flame flinger value. If I start maybe the flame flinger in blue, right about here, it's like this mortar with some super balloon things, whatever, rocket balloons. Take this out, take this out, take this out, take this out. Maybe reach in here, maybe reach in here. We'll have to look at exactly how I should place her, or place it. And also, maybe we could even use an ice golem to lure out this queen, and then double headhunter her, so she would die and wouldn't get in the way of the flame flinger. So that is my plan for kind of this section of the base here. Then, of course, we have the most important part is the Warden walk. We're going to go Warden walk in red. We're literally just going to go on the opposite side with the Angry Jelly. Move something like this, you know. He'll be here, he'll take this out. Anyways, the idea is we'll kind of path out these buildings, snipe this with some rocket balloons. You know, it's only rough. I'm not sure what exactly is going to happen. But I want to get the fireball, probably 1 invis, 2 invis, the fireball right on this Inferno tower. Take out this whole entire core. And then depending on where the Warden goes, I hope he would go maybe this way. Looks a little bit better because I don't want him going into all the heroes and everything. I can hero dive into the monolith. Nice skelly spell right around that green circle there. And yeah, that's basically my plan. Not a lot else I can really do apart from make a rough plan. And normally with Fireball, it's more like go with the flow. But kind of, you know, make sure you have your flame flinger, or sorry, your siege barracks, whatever siege barrack you're using. You want to make sure you have that set up. And also where you want to Fireball. So that is my plan. Let's get into the live attack. And we are in. Let's make sure we can get... Oh my god. I don't have any rocket balloons. I forgot the rocket balloons. Okay, I just made my life a lot harder. Let's recover this though. I'm sure we can do it. I'm sure we can do it. I know we can do this. It's just, as I said, it's going to make my life a lot harder. Okay. You know what? I'm confident. I'm confident. Let's do this. This is a much better challenge. And it's certainly much more entertaining for you guys. And yeah, this is obviously not great for me. Especially when my healers go to a random Valkyrie and not my Warden himself. Okay. Yeah, this is going to make my life pretty miserable, unfortunately. Let's see if we can maybe... Yes. Perfect. Okay, come on, Warden. Warden's moving a little bit slow. But that's fine. We need to take our time here. Oh, okay. Come on, Warden. Hurry up. Come on, Warden. The poison tower's going to come back up in a minute, mate. Thank you. Okay. He might go a little bit crazy, so I'm just going to remain patient here. And... Perfect. Okay. Warden, relax. Okay. Just rage him up. And go with that. Okay. Okay, let's think about the hero dive now. Warden, please go up. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Sorry for the bad commentary. It's It's more important that I try and triple, obviously, than try and commentate well. Okay. Time could be our issue here. Let's see. Let's keep the RC alive. We've got it. Oh my god. I just swagged 16 rocket balloons on accident. What a good title for my video, by the way. Wow, okay. That was really bad. But you know what? It was still crushed. All 4 heroes alive. Sorry about the bad commentary. You guys saw what I was doing, right? You guys saw. We went to the plan, exactly the plan. And now I can finally breathe. Let's get into the recap of yesterday's Clan War League hits. Oh boy, okay, let's go. Okay then, so the first replay we are going to watch from yesterday's Clan War League day is this attack right here from DLGM, who's currently using the dragons. So I thought, seeing as I haven't included any dragon attacks yet from this Clan War League month, I thought I would go with this one. So he's going with the Spirit Walk as always, moving into this Rage Tower and luring the CC. So far, he's on a good track to triple this base. Of course, the CC does need to be lured. And in a minute, he gets a little bit unlucky. Of course, he does have to go through the Giga Bomb, which kind of redirected his RC. He took a very big risk there, relying on the Fox to cycle. And his RC, there you go, the ability was forced with the haste vial. So maybe a little bit of luck involved there to keep the RC alive. And unfortunately, the RC does also get frozen by the Ice Golem. He's a little bit late on the poison spell, and he didn't actually lure the CC away from his RC. So maybe a minor mistake, but we'll see what happens in this attack, I suppose. And as you can see, he goes with the Earthquake spell, and the Fire Spirit is quite low on health, and he manages in this split second to line up a beautiful giant arrow to take out an air defense and finish off the Fire Spitter. So now he is ready to start up the dragons and the minion prints and everything. I believe he does switch to the siege barracks on this attack and doesn't actually use the stone slammer. But there you go, he's coming in with the warden, the lava hound, which manages to pick up 2 seeking air mines. A bit of a bad ice block spell, pretty much swagged, and he pops the warden ability in this case because he's moving into, of course, the Rage Tower and the Town Hall. The minion print is slowly getting boosted up because of the Dark Crown, as all of the dragons around him are dying. He sends in the final 2 rocket balloons to kind of support those dragons that are kind of trying to get down the multi-gear cannon. But as you can see, despite the slightly dodgy Spirit Walk, this one is completely crushed, if I do say so myself. He has all the furnaces in his CEC still going. The minion prince is up, the warden is up, a couple of dragons still there, and yeah, this one was a 3-star. Let's get into the next one. Okay, final attack of the day, and we're going back to basics. We're going to watch AMR here take down this very popular Clash with Wolfie base from maybe it was last season, but anyways, I thought it would be a good inclusion as it is a slightly more perfectly on meta with the Root Riders. And also I figured some of you guys may struggle to take down this base in normal mode because it certainly does trip me up on occasion. So he's going with the Spirit Walk behind this Spitter. A little bit risky in my opinion because there is quite a lot of space for traps, but to be fair, there's not a lot of other great options on this base in terms of Spirit Walk. So he gets Ricochet Cannon down and he decides to recall at that point. So the RC charge went exactly to plan. He can now worry about getting his Root Rider set up. So of course he's using the Queen to try and funnel the Root Riders in. He does unfortunately let the Queen get targeted by the Expo just a couple of seconds late on the Ice Golem. And as he goes into this mortar, it's quite hard to notice, but when you hear that sound, I don't know if you heard it, that was the Apprentice Warden dying, which means that for the rest of this attack, he's going to have a bit more trouble because the Root Riders are going to have 24% less health, I do believe. But anyways, as you can see, the King is starting up. He's looking pretty good at the moment, and bit of an early Warden ability, I would say. He decides to poison the furnace, of course, and the RC is not in a great spot. The monolith also decides to target his warden, which is crazy work from the mono. Bit of an unfortunate timing there in terms of where the warden was to where the overgrowth was wearing off at the same time. Now he's popping the spear with the RC, of course, to clear some of the outside buildings, but it does eventually mean that the RC does not stay with the root riders, and she does split off and do her own thing on that side of the base. She gets hit by the Giga Bomb there, and of course the Minion Prince does target her. Luckily she does lure the Poison Tower, which is good for him. And yeah, as you can see, not a whole lot of base left. He has the Scatter Shot, the Minion Prince, a Multi-Arch Tower, and that's about all the major defenses he has left. He has decided not to use his 3 Headhunters, even when this Minion Prince has been alive for quite some time now, but we'll ignore that. And he does use the Headhunters for cleanup, and as you can see, he has managed to swag the Queen ability, the Magic Mirror, and the Giant. So pretty impressive that he was able to do that on this base, because it is quite tricky. Still has the Warden alive, still has the King alive, and I'm sure the RC would have been alive. But let's get into the recap for today. Alright then, that is all from me for today. We showed you guys my Clan War League hit from day 4 in my Clan War League, and showed you some of the recap attacks from day 3. So far we have won every single war, but as you can see, we are not doing too well in terms of stars. So we're probably not going to get a very high finish, but of course we are still going to aim to win the group. We have quite an exciting match coming up in the coming days, so stay tuned for that video when it comes out. But that is all from me for today. As I said, I hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope you did learn something from this video. But yeah, I'll see you later. Goodbye.